Vegeta can do things your man cannot. You can take Ultra Instinct, Goku. I don't need it. I'm going to be doing things my own way. That was Vegeta's mentality before he hit the ground due to Jiren's attack, and if you watch the ending, the credits, they changed up some of the clips, and if you watch the preview for next week's episode, and you've been following some of the recent spoilers, you would know Vegeta is about to attain a brand new power. The first major power-up. He's received in years. What exactly is this power based on confirmation? We don't know. There's still a gray area. I think it's some kind of upgrade of Super Saiyan Blue, potentially completed Super Saiyan Blue. The power-up that I've been giving Vegeta for the longest time as something that he needs if he has any chance at actually fighting some of these major, more powerful characters in the story that, of course, Goku's been tackling now that he's garnered a new power, UI. I'm so dang happy Toei's actually listened to us for once, and they seem to be going down the right track, despite the fact that Vegeta took a pretty nasty beating from Jiren this week. That was on purpose. Jiren was the trigger for this big giant event that's about to take place with Vegeta. He insulted his Saiyan pride, and simultaneously Vegeta went in charging at him, taking a beating, obviously also eating an energy blast, which depleted his power. Now, why is that important? Why is the depletion of power important? Because if we all go back to the Goku versus Jiren situation, what was it that triggered UI and Goku? It was him being depleted of energy and Spirit Bomb sort of revitalizing him, giving him the UI. It awakened the UI in his body. It unlocked that potential. Now, the reason I bring up Jiren triggering Vegeta into growing and also comparing that to the UI situations because there's something very fishy about this week's episode and how many times Ultra Instinct was brought up. I believe that this upgrade has to do with Super Saiyan Blue, but there's also a chance that Ultra Instinct could be infused into this new power-up. This could be Vegeta's unique power-up that is a combination of multiple concepts. Again, there's no confirmation that this is a mixture of different power-ups, if this is perfected / completed Super Saiyan Blue, if this is Ultra Instinct. There is no confirmation yet on any of these things. We can just assume, based on some logic, some visuals, that we are seeing something to do with something that's been built up for a while. And what do I mean by that? Vegeta went into the hyperbolic time chamber training Super Saiyan Blue. Every single upgrade he's gotten after Super Saiyan Blue has been a more powerful version of Super Saiyan Blue. He doesn't have the Kaioken, for instance, like Goku, so that trend seems to continue right here, especially with the visuals we actually got in the ending and the preview. Now, here's where it gets a little bit confusing. Because we've only seen completed Super Saiyan Blue in the manga, we don't really know how the physical changes look like when we have color added in animation, right? So all the people saying right now, well, Vegeta having, the darker hair and the darker eyes, the darker blue, that confirms that it's completed Super Saiyan Blue. It doesn't. I know Anime Live Reactions made that claim. It's false. There's no confirmation just yet. The only known physical quality based off of the manga of perfected Super Saiyan Blue is that the aura is contained, it is mastered, so it does not leak out anymore. However, if you take a look at the preview for episode 123, we see clearly that Vegeta's Super Saiyan Blue aura is still leaking out, despite the fact that his hair is darker and his eyes obviously have changed as well. And the eyes are the more gray area to where you could almost debate that it's not only something to do with Super Saiyan Blue, there's a possibility that there's something to do with Ultra Instinct right there. Whis is not an idiot. Whis can observe things and understand what's going on in the environment. Now, of course, they could throw us a curveball and Whis is trying to hype up like, yo, Vegeta's about to get Ultra Instinct, or that's what he's trying to accomplish, but Vegeta said later on in the episode, like, no, Goku can have that, I'm gonna do things my own way, and that's where he gets that new power-up when we were all expecting Ultra Instinct, right? But at the same time, I don't think Whis is that stupid, and I don't think that they're going to put Whis in that situation where the angel doesn't even know what he's talking about. In the same way that Goku doesn't just have Ultra Instinct, he has Ultra Instinct Omen, there's a possibility that Vegeta has a combination of power-ups as well, and it's going to be called something different, and that's why we see an aura right there. That's why Vegeta's aura is leaking out. So unless this is a manga/anime difference when it comes to the perfected Super Saiyan Blue, this could be something something different. Now, here's my whole take. The fact that we see Goku and Vegeta standing side by side, Goku using the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, Vegeta using what looks to be some version of, Super Saiyan Blue, some upgraded version. The fact that they're standing side by side like that is leading me to believe the studios are trying to show a contrast. Like, yeah, they're both using some version of Blue, Goku's just stacking Kaioken on top, but Vegeta has a possibly more mastered Blue, despite the fact that maybe Goku's power still exceeds Vegeta's, despite the fact that he's not using his strongest power-up UI. There's a possibility, guys, that even with this new power-up that they throw in Vegeta's corner, Vegeta possibly mastered Super Saiyan Blue much further than Goku. Goku just being able to stack Kaioken X20, King Kai's fist, is going to put him above Vegeta's new power-up. That is a possibility. What I get from this picture is that they're equals, but they're using some version of the same power. So I'm hoping it's perfected Super Saiyan Blue. I'm hoping Anime Live Reactions is right, and this is possibly a manga/anime difference. But as of this moment, I can't say because the aura is leaking out, so that perfect mastery of key control for that blue aura clearly is not there. It's not there. And here's what's leading me to believe that Ultra Instinct could possibly be infused in this transformation. When Vegeta's eyes go gray, it was a clear throwback to exactly what happened to Goku, right? And previously, even if Vegeta is not, aiming for Ultra Instinct in the same way that Goku did, and keep in mind, they obviously have a different path there because, Vegeta thinks too much, Goku doesn't think enough, so Goku could, master it using his body, Vegeta has to actually get his mind right? They have a different way of unlocking UI, the both of them. The fact that Vegeta read Jiren's movements, charging at him, and almost in a way being in tune with them mentally, and then blacking out, depleting a power, there's going to be something else that's additionally added to Vegeta now that he's depleted of power and he's there nearly unconscious, that's going to trigger a very similar reaction in Vegeta to Goku. Now, that is just a prediction, but when we look at the shot at the end of the ending, it looks as if Vegeta's eyes there's something there that really reminds me of UI. I don't know if it's the sparkle, if it's the lightness. It might not have anything to do with it. But at the same time, maybe Vegeta has indeed touched on that power-up. Again, mastery of self-movement is very misunderstood. It's not one thing, there's multiple parts to it, and there's levels of mastery. Beerus himself has not mastered UI yet. So clearly, for instance, if Goku becomes a level 2 user of Ultra Instinct as he fights Jiren for the second time, Vegeta could also use Ultra Instinct, but maybe only be at a level 1. These things are true. Vegeta can have Ultra Instinct without being on Goku's level of Ultra Instinct. Now, this is just me breaking down what Vegeta's possibly attained, guys. I am super excited, but until it's in the books, I'm gonna hold off my excitement just a little bit because, as we know, Vegeta's gonna be going at Jiren again next week. I wonder what kind of moment he's gonna be getting. If they're gonna do Vegeta like they did in this week's episode, I don't know how to feel about that, especially now that they boosted him up. Clearly, it's gonna be a more Goku-centric episode, but as the episode nears its end, we've got Vegeta coming in. According to the spoilers, by the end, Vegeta unleashes all of his ki and starts glowing blue, but a little bit different than just the regular blue, of course, as we could see from his hair and his eyes. And I believe the title also spoils this transformation: full body, spirit, and power. Now, that almost sounds like UI more than Super Saiyan Blue, but of course these titles are very vague and they could be translated in any way, and we don't even know if we have the 100% literal translation of what they're trying to tell us. And what gets me feeling super optimistic about the entire situation is that they refer to Toppo in the later spoilers for episodes 125 and 126 as a god, right? As the advent of the god of destruction. And then in the following week's episode, they say that Vegeta surpasses even a god. And they're clearly referring to Toppo, and it makes perfect sense because what's the one fight that we all know for a fact Vegeta's going to have, like a big, huge moment? It's against Toppo. It's been hinted multiple times when he threw Toppo off of him. It's been hinted even in the past because they're both like number 2. We've got Vegeta the second strongest versus Toppo the second strongest. It makes sense. And the fact that he's going to be surpassing God of Destruction level is just is so awesome, man. Again, it's been years since they've given Vegeta a power-up, and it's nice to know that Vegeta in one department is superior to Goku, and that's in the Super Saiyan Blue department. Now, of course, I talked about how this could be possibly infused with UI. Take that with a grain of salt, guys, but listen, there's just something very fishy about the build-up in this week's episode, and it makes sense that he'd surpass this god now with this new power-up, right? With this new form, because without it, how in the hell would he defeat Toppo when Toppo's near Goku's level, like with Kaioken? I'm going to have to guess that this Vegeta power-up is somewhere along the lines of Goku Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. I don't think it's on Ultra Instinct level. I just think that that's too good to be true. As Vegeta fans, like the history with Toei, especially with Super, is just not something